Hey, this is Jen from Iacon Underground Radio and Stasis Pod and Superhuman Samurai Cyber Pod. So, my co-host David has been bothering me about pivoting to video that is not bootleg Micronauts videos that are going to get our entire account nuked from space. He is also bothering me about picking up the Defender version 05 Traitor to Tyranny set because he wants all the Combaticon vehicle modes. So I got this case and I am gonna open it. I got this from my local comic shop. It is Main Street Geek here in Front Royal, Virginia. And they have been getting these in, so if you are in the northwestern Virginia area and you want to pick some up and you don't want to go to the FYE in the mall in Winchester that literally wants like 10 bucks a pop for these if they even have them, that's a good place to check out. So I am going to rip right into here. Now, I am not going to be assembling or even necessarily opening the little pouches for most of these because a bunch of these are going to other people. Some of them are going to David. One of them, the SG Soundwave, is going to Greg Sepelak, who is one of the creative people on that Shattered Glass BotCon project. And I felt it was very important that he, as a friend of mine, get one of those. So that one's going to him. I will say before we tear into here that my intention for this set, my hopes and my dreams. Personally, I don't really care about getting the SG Jetfire. I have a friend who really wants this guy, the special armor type Galvatron, because he is a Galvatron completist. So I'm trying to use my Blokees Chase new type powers to get him that one. So we are going to see how I did with that, or if I just end up with a sad SG Jetfire that maybe I'll trade somebody for a regular one. So we open this up. As you can see, got a whole fresh case. These I see do not come with the shrink wrap around the individual boxes. So that's the last set. I did get the previous case of these, partitioned those out to David and our Galvatron friend who wanted the Scourge. Those did have the individual little plastic wrap around all of them, and it was a huge pain in the butt. So let's see who we get first. I am personally keeping the Lambros out of these, and then Jetfire, whatever Jetfire it may be. And also, I actually just got, and I've still got part of them sitting over here, I just got the Optimus Prime cab from just a random box I picked up at the comic shop while I was picking up my pull the other week. So Trailer Prime is going to me. So let's see what our first is. Oh, it is that brilliant Optimus Prime. Actually, I think I'm going to be keeping this one, so I'll go ahead, pull that open a little bit, and take a look at what those pieces look like. Oh, he comes with a little, oh, it's got Jetfire. It's hard for me to call him Jetfire. I want to call him Skyfire because I'm a cartoon person, not a toy person. But you see how they look like candy. They look like cherry and raspberry, and I want to stick them in my mouth. So let's get those put away. A little straggler down there. Okay, so number one is Brilliant Optimus Prime. I know that my comic shop guy specifically, apparently, whenever he opens one of these cases of Blokees to sell the individual ones, he likes to mix them up in the box. So your mileage may vary as to whether what order these are in this box is actually going to be reflected in any other box that's just out there open. That's actually something I'm curious about, and I guess I would have to get more than one case to find out. So let's see, who are we looking at here? Ah, that is Optimus Prime's trailer, so that'll go very well with my cab Optimus Prime I've already got. I guess since I am keeping, oh goodness, he's got all these big pieces that aren't even in a little plastic bag. He's got a little bottom panel, and then one of the truck sides, I guess, that didn't fall in there, so I guess those were just too big to go in the little baggie. So yep, there's the other side. That'll be fun. That'll be fun to put together a little later. Maybe I will take some pictures of that all assembled and post it over on Mastodon. This one feels, I bet this is somebody's vehicle mode, because this one doesn't seem to have a lot of little parts in it. I noticed earlier when I picked this up, just the whole thing, that's your ASMR right there. Just a very satisfying little rattle. So let's see who is number 3. We got 12 of these. Let's see, they do glue these together super well though, so I guess that makes up for not putting plastic wrap over every single one. That was a huge pain opening that whole case. A little plastic wrap. You know, I'm not going to be too twee about these boxes. Let's tear it open. Who do we have? I'm going to guess Swindle's vehicle mode. Oh, nope, it is. Well, gosh, let's see. That looks like that's just a plain old Galvatron. So, I guess either I am going to be hoping that I get... Oh, my cat just bumped my camera thing. I'm going to be hoping that either I get the extra super special armor Jetfire, or I am going to be trading somebody an SG Jetfire. So let's see what's next. RIP my poor friend who's the Galvatron completist. Oh, we got Viewfinder. That one is going to David. So I'm not gonna tear that open, but that is a fun one. Let's see. Who do we have next? I'm trying my best to discourage any cats from just walking in here and starting to knock things off the table. This is a lot of little pieces. So let's see who we're dealing with. Who's a lot of little pieces? It's one of my Lamb Boys. It's Sunstreaker. Well, I'm keeping him. He came, oh, he's got a big packet of this. I guess it says do not eat. So I suppose it's allegedly for desiccant, but I have heard that these are more likely to be in the lighter weight ones so that they can like balance it out, so you don't just pick one up and say, oh, this one's heavy, so it must be the biggest one in the set, even though I have effectively got the biggest one in the set and been correct that in that case it was Metroplex. Oh, he's a very like yellow, like an orangey yellow, so that's a bolder yellow than he tends to be, which is not really a complaint, it's just an observation, not really a canary yellow. I don't know how well that picks up on video because it's that kind of yellow that does not pick up super well on video. So, okay, let's keep plowing through here to find, I'm gonna drink some of, speaking of yellow things, I have the delicious, this is not a paid advertisement, this is just, I like this particular flavor of Red Bull. So I am gonna have a sip of that. Gotta get it while it's available. So let's see. Yeah, this is gonna tear up my cuticles. Get in there. Do-de-do. And what are we looking at here? Give that a shake. Oh, that is Onslaught's vehicle mode. So that one's Onslaught's vehicle mode. That one is going to David. Congrats to David. He's gonna have his whole Bruticus. That should be fun. I just from picking up these random boxes, because they do just have them there for like $3.25 a piece at the comic shop, so I'll just grab one when I'm getting my pull every couple weeks. And I have half the Constructicon vehicle modes at this point. So let's see who... Cyclonus! And his armada. No, actually, it's just Cyclonus. Or you could chop off one of his horns and have him be IDW Cyclonus. Very cool. I'm not sure who's going to end up getting him. I think David might take him since our Galvatron collecting friend got a case of his own and only needs the chase. So let's see who's up next. I'm dreading getting to the Jetfire and being like, oh, here you go, it's SG Jetfire. And I'll be like, I cannot even care. I did get, I got some singles for my nephews. Oh, and there is Swindle's vehicle mode. Yay! Also going to David. I got some singles for my nephews, and I did actually pull out of that the Chase Dino Mode Grimlock with the little waiter outfit. And my nephew was very excited about that. He hadn't actually seen the episode. He hadn't seen Madman's Paradise, but I did pull that up on my phone and showed him the episode that was from. But he was just very excited because it was like super extra bonus Chase, and he's like 11 years old, and that's still very cool if you're 11 years old to get a super bonus Chase. All right, what are we looking at here? What do we have? Crack that open like a rib cage. Let's see, got another little pack of desiccant. Gotta make sure these things stay dry. And we got, oh, yep, there he is, SG Jetfire. All right, cool, great, woo. Man, so much for that whole new type tower with the pull-in chases, huh? But I'm sure somebody who's collecting all of these might want it, maybe, probably. All right, here we go. We got 3 left. One of these is going to be my boy Sideswipe. I like bros. I just like some Autobot bros. Let's see. This one feels kind of chunky. That is, oh, that is, well, at least I get Jetfire's vehicle mode in his normal actual colors, so that's something. Look at that they made up for the cartoon because they couldn't use his toy jet mode because it was a Valkyrie. So, a lady who ran the GameStop in the town I used to live in talked me into pre-ordering the reissue of Siege Jetfire through them, but the whole time I kept referring to him as Skyfire. And she was sort of curious why this person who obviously knew a great deal about Transformers was just consistently getting this this toy's name incorrect. It's like, oh, it's, I mean, it is correct, just not what's on that package. There he is, my little guy. It's Sideswipe, yay! He's like if Hot Rod wasn't the chosen one. He's just a dumb boy, just a himbo. Let's see, there he is. Oh yeah, that's a very bold red. That's, yeah, it's interesting that they're going with a deeper colors for those two, but it's not bad. I don't mind it. But yeah, that's a very deep, dark red for him, less of a cherry. All right, we got one more. So this has to be SG Soundwave, who I'm not gonna open out of his, you know, I could just leave it closed entirely and send it that way, but I don't want to ship it and find out that like something was mispacked and it's actually like some other duplicate or something. So we will make sure that's open just to make sure that Greg's getting the right thing. So let's see. Here we go. There he is. There's the man. It's not a special deluxe set that comes with SG Ravage and everyone else, but I mean, it's wild that that's something that's just stayed consistently reused through all this time. So yeah, that is it. That's the whole case. That only took a little bit to get that all opened up. So yeah, if you're watching this and you're not already familiar, I do a podcast that is primarily hosted on iaconunderground.net, but which also gets uploaded to YouTube. iaconunderground.net. We've got Stasis Pod, which is an episode by episode rundown of Beast Wars on up through currently Cyberverse, including forays into Rescue Bots and Rescue Bots Academy. We've got Iacon Underground Radio, where we talk about Transformers news, and we've got the occasionally active Superhuman Samurai Cyberpod, where David and I make our third wheel Rob talk. I mean, not in that sense. It's not like that. But we make him watch anime. And it started out with Gridman, and then it has now moved on to G-Quux. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed watching my disappointment at SG Jetfire. But, you know, it is what it is. That is the Blokees life. Good night.